Good morning, lovelies. I'm just sitting here taking a little bit of a break. Um, I've only been at it for like an hour and a half, but I've been cleaning and reorganizing and kind of getting like ahead on my fall stuff. And so far I've managed to find like 10 half completed projects. So um, my goal is to maybe get some of those knocked out once I finish clearing the space. But today I got a lot of my cardstock and my paper projects, my sketching stuff, kind of like organized. And there's a couple mini projects that I'm working on, like the mini paint canvases, but I'm not going to go all the way up in the attic for that because, you know, it is a sacred act for me to ascend in my studio space, and I have a full clean out and rearrangement going on in there. I even have a friend who loves me enough to help me do it and keep me focused because I keep finding projects that I need to finish and other ideas that I never got to start. And so I'm trying to organize them and kind of get myself together. But I just wanted to take a moment with you today because a lot of people around me have been struggling lately. Like just shit's not working out even close to how we planned. And let me tell you, as an artist slash creative, whatever you want to call me, at the end of the day, 90% of my victories come from shit not working out how I planned it, Um, these unfinished projects I have sitting around and the time that I've had to rethink how I'm working them and what I'm going to do with them, or even getting the supply that makes it absolutely perfect that I never would have thought of when I started it. And it's a good feeling, that whole looking at it in retrospect. But when you're going through it, like, man, is it hard to remember that you're loved and that you are cared for and that there are so many tiny little things that you can be grateful for. You know, I I didn't have a bad life. I practiced gratitude. I I had the wrong mindset. I wasn't looking at it correctly. I wasn't taking breaks and pausing to see how beautiful it was. I was just working so hard on the next thing, and it leaves a lot of unfinished business and it causes a lot of stress, and it's unnecessary. You don't have to do that to yourself, baby. Like, you don't have to accept that on any level. You can take a 5-minute break and rearrange some stuff in your life. Like, you get to decide that. And I'm just sitting here thinking about this whole 3D versus 5D world and how long a lot of us were kind of stuck in 4D, trying to figure out like why we knew things but it wasn't getting better. And the thing is, we're not acting in those moments of inspiration. Yeah, I'm sitting down and I'm taking a break. Yeah, there's a ton of art projects I want to go finish and not enough hours in the day. But if we make it till tomorrow, maybe we'll do it then. And all of that is based on what I decide. Like how joyful I am for this moment and what I prioritize and decide to do from this moment on. So take your deep breath, quiet your mind for a second. I know it's hard sometimes. I know everything around you wants to distract you. That's why you breathe in peace. You breathe in joy. Sometimes you breathe in forgiveness for yourself and for the bullshit going on around you. And you listen to that little voice inside of you that says, I need this right now, or we should do this right now. And then you act on it. That's the that's what makes the difference. The choosing to change your train of thought when it's negative, the taking a breath when you're angry and telling your brain, no, we're not going this way, we're going this way with it. The I can't do it versus the I want to see how this turns out. These are conscious decisions that you get to make. This is how you're experiencing the world because guess what? You're the one who's in your head. And I'm sorry for those of you that's not a pleasant place to be all the time, but that's what therapy and art and creativity and expression are all for. Like that, it will help bring you those balances. I didn't mean to spend this morning preaching to the choir. I love when you come sit with me and enjoy a moment at the table, like a quick time out from all the crazy. Thing is, it's not all crazy. Some of it is really quite beautiful if you pause and just look at it. And that is especially true about parts of ourselves. So today, I'm going to go rearrange some stuff. Gonna make use of a little bit of time I have to get my mind right, to focus on something that makes my heart happy and finish something that's hanging over my shoulders. And you can do all of that too. Or you can take today and rest. Just get back up tomorrow. You know, National Recovery Month's coming up. I made this journal and I worked through it while I was in jail, and I really do believe that the difference in me wanting a drink versus being comfortable in saying that I don't drink right now is that I take a moment every day and I realign myself, and sometimes I take 2 or 3. Like, you're allowed to pause, you're allowed to reset your system. Your nervous system is allowed to be calm. It thrives in its peace. So set your soul on fire and calm your tots. Like, a good day is waiting on you. And together we can make it something beautiful. Like, we can just breathe in the peace. We can tell our mind, no, not today. Say, and we're not doing that. We can pick one action, one inspired moment, and act on it and follow it. And if that path doesn't work out, we can try again. I'm going to end it with the reminder that you're beautiful. And that's why I want you to create something beautiful of yourself, of your light, on a piece of paper. Like, I grew up thinking that it was a Dr. Seuss quote that all you need is a pencil. And honestly, I think maybe it was just a mantra in my heart, as I'm sketching more lately and as it's helping me distract myself from bad habits and feel more creative and in tuned. I think maybe that was all I needed, was a piece of paper and a pencil. All you need is to believe in yourself, to remember your beauty. And if you can't do that today, that's what I'm here for. Thank you. Thank you for being here for me. I'll show you some pretty art later on. But you go make your day beautiful. Love you. I'll see you soon.